Each of us is more powerful than we've ever been told. Beneath the surface of our conditioned beliefs, beneath the programming of our past, and the circumstances we have accepted as permanent, exists an intelligence that is vast, limitless, and waiting for activation. It is the same intelligence that grows an embryo into a fully developed human being without conscious instruction. It is the same intelligence that keeps our heart beating, our lungs breathing, our cells regenerating, all without our awareness. That intelligence resides within you. And the key to self-healing is learning to reconnect with that intelligence. For most of our lives, we have handed over the reins of our healing process to things outside of us. We've sought remedies in pills, therapies, procedures, diagnoses. While there is great value in medical science and intervention, what if we remembered that healing doesn't begin with something external? What if healing begins when we look inward, when we acknowledge that the body has the innate capacity to restore itself, given the right environment, intention, and emotion? You are not broken. You're not defined by your pain, your past, or your current diagnosis. These are experiences, not your identity. But as long as you continue to wake up every day and think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and make the same choices, you are instructing your body to reproduce the same conditions. Every thought you think sends a chemical signal to your brain. That signal creates a cascade of emotions in the body, and those emotions become the language your cells listen to. Think about this. When you feel stress, fear, or anger, your body enters a state of survival. In this state, energy is diverted away from growth, repair, and regeneration. The immune system is suppressed, and inflammation increases. This is a natural response designed to help you survive in the short term. But many people live in this state chronically. They wake up in the morning, immediately recall yesterday's problems, and by doing so, they emotionally anchor themselves in the past. Their biology becomes a reflection of past memories. And so the healing process is delayed or even reversed. Now consider the opposite. When you begin to change your internal state, when you think thoughts of gratitude, joy, compassion, or love, you activate a different cascade of chemistry. These emotions are signals to your genes, inviting them to express health, vitality, and balance. Gratitude alone has been shown to strengthen the immune system, reduce inflammation, and increase heart coherence. But here's the secret. It's not enough to think positively. You must feel the emotion as if the healing has already occurred. You must embody the new self, rather than wait for the outer world to change first. This is the fundamental shift. Most people wait for something outside of them to make them feel better. But true self-healing requires you to generate the feeling first. You must teach your body emotionally what your future self feels like. And when your body begins to believe it is living in that future, it responds by aligning its biology to match that belief. This isn't wishful thinking. It's biology. Your brain does not distinguish between an experience that is real and one that is vividly imagined. When you rehearse a new state of being, mentally, emotionally, and energetically, you begin to rewire the neural pathways in your brain. You start to signal new genes in new ways. You literally change the chemistry of your internal environment. So ask yourself, who do you want to become? What does the healed version of you think, feel, and believe? How do they act? What choices do they make? When you gain clarity on that version of you, you can begin to step into that identity every single day. Not by chance, but by choice. Every morning becomes a new opportunity to condition your body to a new mind. You wake up and declare to yourself that today, you will no longer be a prisoner of the past. Today, you will remember that you are the creator of your internal world. And as you change your internal world, your external world begins to shift as well. The body responds to the mind. If you continually feed it thoughts of limitation, pain, and disease, it will respond accordingly. But if you begin to speak to it with kindness, patience, and certainty in your capacity to heal, it will also listen. Your body is not your enemy. It is your partner, and it is always working on your behalf, even when it appears to be in dysfunction. What if your symptoms were not failures, but messages? What if they were trying to get your attention, to invite you into deeper awareness and transformation? This is the deeper invitation of healing, not just to feel better, but to become someone new, to release the layers of fear, doubt, and unworthiness that have been weighing down your energy, to let go of the story of who you've been so you can embrace the possibility of who you could become. Healing is not about returning to who you were before the pain. It's about rising into someone wiser, more whole, more aligned with your truth. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. Your emotions are the fuel, and your actions are the bridge between where you are and where you desire to be. So each day, you must align all three. Think as your healed self. Feel as your healed self. Act as your healed self. This process requires repetition. It requires dedication. You are reconditioning a mind that has been shaped by years, sometimes decades, of programming. You are recalibrating a body that has memorized stress, fear, and separation. But the more you do it, the more familiar this new state becomes. Eventually, you no longer have to try to be that version of yourself. It becomes natural. It becomes who you are. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for this transformation. When you sit in stillness and step beyond your identity, your name, your job, your roles, your problems, you enter the realm of the unknown. And it is in the unknown that all possibilities exist. This is where you reconnect with the intelligence that created you. This is where you imprint a new blueprint for health and wholeness into your subconscious mind. But meditation is not just about sitting in silence. It is a practice of becoming deeply aware of your thoughts, noticing where your attention goes, and choosing to redirect it. It is a rehearsal of your future. You must go beyond the analytical mind, beyond the stories you tell yourself, and into the realm of energy, emotion, and intention. You must surrender your limitations and open yourself to the quantum field where all healing begins. And once you have tapped into that field, once you have felt the elevated emotions and seen the new future in your mind's eye, you must carry that energy into your day. You cannot meditate in the morning and then walk through the rest of your day as the old self. The real work begins the moment you stand up. You must live your meditation. You must embody the change. This is where coherence comes into play. When your brain and heart are in sync, when your thoughts and feelings are aligned, you become a powerful magnet. Your energy becomes ordered, harmonious, and expansive. This coherence is not just a mystical idea. It's measurable, and it is the foundation of all healing. The more coherent your system is, the more your body moves into a state of repair. Blood flow increases to the brain and vital organs. Stress hormones decrease. Immune function improves. Healing becomes not just possible, but inevitable. And all of this is initiated by you, not by something outside of you, but by your own consciousness. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are the awareness behind both. And when that awareness is focused, intentional, and emotionally engaged, miracles happen. Spontaneous remissions, radical healings, shifts in perception, they all begin with a decision to no longer be defined by your past. This is not about denying the pain. It's about moving through it with purpose. It's about recognizing that your past may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. You can observe your wounds without becoming them. You can acknowledge your diagnosis without becoming the disease. You can look at your trauma and still choose to write a new chapter. This is the power of self-healing. It's not just about the body. It's about the whole being, body, mind, heart, and spirit. When all aspects of you are aligned, your energy field becomes coherent. And when your energy is coherent, you become a magnet for experiences that match your new frequency. So practice. Practice being the new you before there's any evidence in your outer world. Practice gratitude before the healing manifests. Practice joy before the change arrives. The more you do, the more you condition your body to trust the unknown. And when you live in that trust, you begin to transcend the limitations of time. You no longer need to wait years to feel better. You can change your emotional state now. You no longer need external proof to believe in your healing. You become the proof. Your biology responds not to the external, but to the internal. And when you change the internal, the external must follow. So the journey of self-healing becomes a sacred practice, a daily commitment to align with your highest self, to awaken the dormant intelligence within, and to become an active participant in your own transformation. It is a journey of faith, presence, and devotion. It is the most empowering path you can walk, because when you reclaim your role as the healer of your own life, You remember what it means to be truly free.